everyone, it's Hayes and it's Monday, so that means it's time for an Adrienette screaming session.
You're joking. Not another one?
And this week, I guess it's technically a Lady Noir screaming session, but you can believe me, I can and I will somehow shove Adrienette into this video, even though they didn't even speak in these 2 episodes, because that's right, we're doing the first 2 episodes of Season 4, Truth and Lies. We won't be talking about the Lucanettes, or God forbid, the cursed ship that is Adrigami. God, the name alone makes me feel ill. We'll just be talking about the love square. God knows I don't ship Adrian and Marinette with anyone else, apart from Adrian slightly with Luca, but that's a different story. Okay, let's start. And we're actually starting with Adrienette, this girl. Okay, now don't get me wrong, we all know I am a love square stan. So much so, if it doesn't say that on my gravestone, then I'm going to haunt all 5,000 of you. But Marinette is dating Luca at this point. I know Marinette is like, oh yeah, photos of Adrian for fashion inspiration, but like, girl, get it together. You are dating someone else, and then for some bizarre reason, you took them down after your relationship with Luca finished? Like, what?
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, now let's move on to the Lady Noir, but we will get back to the Adrienette later. Don't think we won't. Do not underestimate me. But I am all for Ladybug yeeting her boyfriend off the building. I mean, partner, best friend. Let's just say boyfriend for the sake of brevity and my sanity. By far, the best Lady Noir moment in Truth is the one in Marinette's room, where Ladybug has to tell Chat Noir her 3 favourite qualities about him, and she says courage, self-confidence and humour. I know she has no choice, but I think what she picks is incredibly sweet. I hope that when he finds out that she told someone that wasn't him her identity, he'll remember this. Right now it does really seem that Ladybug doesn't value Chat Noir, but I feel like she does, and she just didn't tell him because of the events of Chat Blanc. She was trying to protect him, and she does truly care about him. I hope he understands when the time comes around. But then, oh my god, she asks him what he thinks of her being the Guardian, and he's like, as long as things don't change between us, then I'm good with it. Baby boy, you don't know what you're saying, would you like a hug? But then they dive behind the umbrella together, and god, these 2 really have 0 physical boundaries with each other in any form of the love square. There really is no room for Jesus in this relationship. Oh my god, but besties, then he calls her Bugaboo, and she doesn't tell him not to call her that like she usually does, and then the best bit, when Chat Noir says he only ever has this much fun with her. These 2 idiots, I love them, they're so cute together. When Chat Noir finds out about this identity stuff, this is going to hurt me so badly for like the rest of my life. I've never been psychologically traumatised like this before, and I went to high school in England. Do you know what that does to you as a person? Okay, now let's move on to Lies, and this is where I'm going to shoehorn in some more Adrienette. Alright, don't at me, I love them, I just want to grab them and smush their faces together. Anyway, the charm. Of course I'm going to talk about the charm, I can't not talk about the charm. This charm that I think is going to be extremely important. I want to make a video about the Adrienette charms, but I'm like, what do I say other than it's extremely cute? And I hope Marinette uses hers like a pair of nunchucks so she can like whip it round in the air above her head and smack Lila with it. This is getting too violent for a kid's show. So the charm, as soon as Adrian dropped it, my heart sank in my chest, and then Kagami picked it up. Oh my god, you should have seen me the first time I watched this. First thing on a Saturday morning, I was barely awake, and I was ready to fight her to the death. And then she didn't give it him back immediately, or even later outside Hotel de Ville. Like, Kagami, that is not yours, and you know Marinette gave it to him. You know it means a lot to him since it's from his girlfriend. I mean good friend. They sound similar, can you blame me? Why did she wait until the day after to give it him? I don't get it. Anywho, let's move back to the Lady Noir, and oh my god, besties, the Lady Noir in this episode is gold. I love it. His little smile when he says he trusts Ladybug, and then how desperate she is because he's in danger, and then he says he's crazy about her. Didn't anyone ever tell these 2 you're not really supposed to be in a relationship with other people when you're still, like, deeply in love with someone else? Ladybug is super worried when she rescues him, and Chat Noir just flirts with her, and it's super sweet. Like, she really will have a heart attack when she finds out his identity and realises that Adrian literally died for like a minute or 2 in the Shanghai special. That's going to be a fun conversation. And of course we can't not talk about this part in the alleyway when Adrian smiles about Ladybug and realises he still loves her. But like seriously, Madame Bustier needs to do a lesson on relationships or something. Adrian and Marinette really don't get this stuff. However, Ladybug and Chat Noir, this final scene of Lies about how they'll always trust each other. When I first saw Lies, I was like, oh, that's a cute scene. Then the week after we saw Gang of Secrets and I was like, yeah, Forget that. God, this show gives me anxiety. Before we end this week's Scream session, we have some fan art, and this time it's from Joseph, who drew Ladybug fusing Tiki and Trix together, and she looks amazing. I'd love to see this combination in the show. So the poll for next week's Scream session will be up on my community tab tomorrow, so if you want a say in what episode or episodes we scream about next week, come along and vote, but don't worry if your fave doesn't get picked, we will eventually do all of them. Let me know what you thought of the Lady Noir in Truth and Lies, and also the Adrienette. Just because they didn't talk to each other didn't mean there was no Adrienette, okay? I can insert my Adrienette agenda into anything and everything. I'll see you in the next one.